In the realm of personal development, we often fall into the trap of seeking dramatic, overnight transformations. However, this approach frequently leads to frustration, burnout, and ultimately failure. This article explores a more effective strategy for lasting self-improvement: the 1% rule. By focusing on small, consistent changes, we can achieve remarkable growth over time without the pitfalls of traditional self-help methods. The pitfall of all-or-nothing thinking. Many of us have experienced the cycle of ambitious goal setting followed by disappointment and abandonment. We set lofty objectives, daily gym sessions, early morning routines, complete dietary overhauls, only to find ourselves overwhelmed and reverting to old habits within weeks or even days. This all-or-nothing mentality is deeply ingrained in our approach to self-improvement. We're conditioned to believe that significant change requires drastic action. However, this belief often sets us up for failure before we even begin. The cycle of failure. Initial enthusiasm. We start with high motivation, convinced that this time will be different. Gradual decline. As the novelty wears off, maintaining the new routines becomes increasingly challenging. Missed goals. We begin to slip, missing workouts or reverting to old eating habits. Self-criticism. Feelings of failure and inadequacy set in. Abandonment. Discouraged, we give up entirely, often ending up worse off than before. This cycle not only impedes our progress but also erodes our self-confidence, making future attempts at self-improvement even more daunting. Understanding self-sabotage. Unintentional self-sabotage is a common factor in failed self-improvement efforts. This often manifests as unrealistic expectations. Influenced by social media and marketing, we set unattainable standards for ourselves. Lack of planning. We dive into major changes without adequate preparation or consideration of potential obstacles. Over-reliance on willpower. We mistakenly believe that sheer determination is enough to overcome ingrained habits. These factors combine to create a perfect storm of frustration and disappointment, leading to the abandonment of our goals. The power of small changes. Introducing the 1% rule. Enter the 1% rule, a concept popularized by author and coach Tommy Baker. This approach advocates for focusing on small, consistent improvements rather than dramatic overhauls. The mathematics of gradual improvement. If you improve by just 1% each day, by the end of a year, you'll be 37 times better than when you started. This compound effect demonstrates the power of small, consistent changes over time. Why small changes work. Sustainability. Small changes are easier to maintain, reducing the likelihood of burnout. Reduced resistance. Minor adjustments face less psychological resistance than major life overhauls. Compounding effects. Small improvements build upon each other, leading to significant long-term growth. Increased confidence. Regular small wins boost self-esteem and motivation. Implementing the 1% rule. To effectively apply the 1% rule to your self-improvement journey, consider the following steps. 1. Define your end goal. Clearly articulate what 100% success looks like for you. This provides a direction for your efforts and helps in breaking down the journey into smaller steps. 2. Break down your goals. Identify small, actionable steps that represent 1% progress towards your ultimate goal. These should be so minor that they feel almost trivial. Examples. Instead of committing to hour-long gym sessions, start with a 5-minute daily walk. Rather than overhauling your diet, begin by adding 1 extra serving of vegetables per day. In place of attempting to meditate for 30 minutes, start with just 2 minutes of mindful breathing. 3. Focus on consistency. Prioritize regularity over intensity. It's better to do something small every day than to attempt something ambitious sporadically. 4. Track your progress. Keep a record of your small improvements. This helps in visualizing your progress and maintaining motivation. 5. Gradually increase intensity. As small changes become habitual, slowly increase the challenge. This gradual progression builds on your successes without overwhelming you. 6. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate each tiny improvement. This positive reinforcement helps in maintaining motivation and building self-confidence. The ripple effect of small changes. One of the most powerful aspects of the 1% rule is its potential to create a positive ripple effect across various areas of your life. As you make small improvements in one area, you'll likely notice positive changes in others. Increased energy. Small health improvements can lead to better overall energy levels. Enhanced productivity. As you build discipline in one area, it often translates to increased focus in others. Improved relationships. Personal growth often leads to better interpersonal skills and more fulfilling relationships. Greater self-confidence. Consistent achievement of small goals boosts overall self-esteem. Overcoming challenges. While the 1% rule is more sustainable than dramatic changes, it's not without challenges. Impatience. The desire for quick results can be frustrating. Remember that small changes compound over time. Underestimating small actions. It's easy to dismiss the impact of tiny improvements. Trust in the process and the power of consistency. Maintaining motivation. Even small changes require dedication. Use habit stacking and environmental cues to maintain consistency. Habit stacking. Enhancing the 1% rule. James Clear's concept of habit stacking complements the 1% rule beautifully. This technique involves linking new habits to existing ones, making them easier to remember and implement. Example: after brushing your teeth, existing habit. Do 5 push-ups, new habit. Before checking your phone in the morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for. By connecting new small habits to established routines, you reduce the friction of implementing positive changes. Conclusion: embracing gradual transformation. The 1% rule offers a refreshing and sustainable approach to self-improvement. By focusing on small, consistent changes rather than dramatic overhauls, we can achieve significant personal growth without the burnout and disappointment often associated with traditional self-help methods. Remember, small, consistent actions are more powerful than sporadic, intense efforts. Progress, not perfection, should be your focus. The compound effect of tiny improvements leads to remarkable long-term results. As you embark on your journey of self-improvement through the 1% rule, be patient with yourself. Celebrate each small victory, and trust in the process of gradual transformation. Over time, these micro-changes will not only help you achieve your goals, but also reshape your identity and lifestyle in profound and lasting ways. Start today by identifying one small 1% improvement you can make in your life. It may seem insignificant now, but it's the first step towards a remarkably improved version of yourself.